exciting things going on this month. We did just finalize our user interface redesign. So I want to first start off by saying just thank you guys for everyone. We really appreciate your patience during this process. We really appreciate all of the feedback that we received. So on the tail end of those changes, we've got some new changes coming up as well that we are really excited about.
Hi everybody, this is Kevin. Make sure I'm not muted. So as Nina said, thank you very much for all your feedback and thank you very much for your patience through this time of change. Coming off of the tail end of us having new roles out to everybody, we are going to go forward with our code migration, as you guys may have received that email earlier. So like I said in the trainings, for those of you that attended, it's really all about how we set the stage for how we move forward. So you'll notice that in the new code migration, we'll have some different maintenance things done in the back. We'll also have some of those issues that are some current pain points resolved. Things like the case note having the signature being required, things like forms not being sorted in the correct manner, and so on and so on. One big thing that I will note is that custom case note and service feature that was not working on our production environment due to the need for the code migration, it turns out. And lo and behold, in the new version, it works as intended without any further modification or customization. So we'll be bringing that back whenever the code migration goes through successfully. And again, like I said, broken record, here I am again saying that we're setting the stage for the future. If you guys are familiar with the enrollments form that we had previously, the baseline version was having 2-3 minutes of runtime before you could even view an enrollment. And this is causing a lot of problems, and it was actually bringing the system down. So I was able to make a custom change and tweak the original design. So I'm really working with Caseworthy to find a better alternative to what they had originally produced, so we're not running into these issues for our community, but in general for everybody. So again, things are going to be changing again this Saturday, but we're going to be there working all day if need be, so that things are okay come Monday.
Thanks, Kevin. So as you mentioned, the code migration will be this upcoming Saturday. It is scheduled for 10 a.m., which means the HMIS will go down during this time. We have no way of knowing how long it will be down, but the HMIS team will be working during this time to make sure that we can get everything back up and running and we can immediately start testing everything, all the features available in HMIS so that we can immediately identify if there is anything that goes wrong. But we have been testing it so far, and everything looks to be pretty exciting. Like you mentioned, we do have some fixes that are coming through with some of our baseline features, like the signature field on the baseline case notes is no longer going to be required, which I know that was a big pain point for a lot of people. So that's something that we're really excited about, as well as that reference date is now going to be showing the correct date as soon as you open up that case note. So some really exciting things. Of course, if you encounter any issues during this time, please do not hesitate to submit a ticket to HMIS so we can immediately start working on this. And we did purposely schedule it on a Saturday so that we're not going to be affecting anybody who works the regular business hours. All right, so some exciting things are going to be happening with our training program. So we are going to kind of be revamping the new user training, the layout of it. So historically, it's just been a one training session, and it's required in order to gain access to the system. And it's just one session that is intended to teach you everything that you need to know about HMIS, how to use it, how to enter the data. So as many of you know who have been using HMIS for quite some time, it is a very, very robust system. And there is a lot of different features available in it, and there's a lot of ways that things can go wrong if you don't enter the data properly. So what we are doing is we're actually going to be breaking up the new user training into two separate parts. Part one is going to be very similar to the way it is right now. It's still going to be required to gain access to HMIS. We'll still need that training request form to be completed by a program manager or director in order to gain access to that training class. But this is going to be a little bit more of a basic introduction to the software. Our hope is that we are going to use this to introduce new users, give them kind of a little mini crash course of what HMIS is, why we use it, and some of the basic features like case note services and enrollment. And then after that class is over, all the users who attended that class will receive an email with an Eventbrite invitation to attend a go-to meeting. Now this part 2 is going to be held once a month, and it's going to be open to everyone who went through the initial new user training. And this is going to start to cover the more in-depth side of HMIS. And the benefit of having it split into 2 parts is after someone attends the part 1, they can go back to their role at their agency and start working in HMIS and get a little bit more familiar with it, so that when they come back to the part 2 training, it'll start to make more sense and they'll already be familiar with the software, so it's not just information overload. So I'm really, really excited about this. I'm hoping to have the first one beginning in September. Hopefully, starting at the beginning of September, all of the new users will start getting this email, and then towards the end of September, we'll have the first part 2 training. So if you guys want to keep an eye out for that, it's still in the works, so it's definitely up for debate right now. So any feedback on that would definitely be greatly appreciated. All right, and some other additional training opportunities for our community. As some of you know, we've been trying to hold monthly workshops to cover different topics that we've noticed that users have a lot of difficulty with. So the next one that we want to cover is families. So this one is going to be held in September on September 12th, which is a Wednesday, probably mid-afternoon. And this is also going to be a go-to meeting, so it'll just be something that you log in from your desk and you can just follow along with us. And there will be an Eventbrite invitation set up to allow you to register. And then we will also post a link to our HMIS website as well if you'd like to register through there. And it's open to anyone who would like to attend. We hope to just kind of clear up some of the confusion surrounding families in HMIS. That's another one of those really difficult things that if you don't fully understand it, you might not understand some of the things that can go wrong if you change something about the family. So we really want to make sure that all of our users are well aware of how family composition should be edited, how to add family members, and all that good stuff. So we hope that you guys will be able to attend it, but keep an eye out for that email with the Eventbrite invitation.
And on that note, from the system side, it's definitely something that it's never really the user's fault, because the system allows it, and it's just all these different things that come out of it works whenever we have the data not necessarily being lined up to what the expectations are from the system. So we're going to really try to have those more detailed training so we can really start to paint that picture of what can go wrong or what can we do to mitigate or prevent any of these issues from happening. And then on the flip side, we're going to be working with the caseworthy to try to tighten down the system so we can prevent these things from the get-go. So it's a two-front approach here.
And if you guys have any particular areas that you have noticed a lot of people in your particular agency are struggling with, please feel free to shoot me an email so that we can look into covering that as our next topic. We're definitely looking for what you guys would like to see in these trainings, because you guys are ultimately the beneficiaries of these trainings. So we definitely want to know what you guys want. So we are, the HMIS team will be attending the HMIS lead agency meeting. It is going to be in approximately 2 weeks. So this is something that we attend with other HMIS lead agencies. So the topics that are going to be covered on this one are going to be some HUD updates. They're going to cover some frequently asked questions. A lot of the AAQs that HUD gets, they're going to cover some of those. They're going to talk about some technical updates, and they are also planning on covering some System Admin 101 topics. So this is just something that the HMIS team usually attends that we just wanted to let you guys know about. And we're doing some cool stuff, and we're talking with some other HMIS lead agencies. So as always, each month we do our data quality spotlight to honor those projects that had 0 data corrections when Ricky sent out the data quality report this month. So we have a total of 5 AGIS projects with 0 data corrections. Way to go, AGIS. That's really fantastic. CHCS, the CYPSH1 program has 0 data corrections. Endeavors has 2 programs that came up with 0 data corrections. We've got Housing Authority of Bexar County, their PSH program. And then we have our SAFE PSH 1 and 2 programs, as well as the SAHA COC PSH. Good job, SAHA. We do have our SCAM prevention services as well. We have the Thrive ESG Rapid Rehousing Program and also the TSA Scattered Site CSH program. So we really, really appreciate you guys taking the time to make sure that you do have good data quality. So we really appreciate it. I just want to give you guys a shout out for that. Keep up the good work.
Go-to meeting? Okay.
All right. So that is just about all that we have for you guys today.
All right.
I keep it short and sweet for you guys. Does anybody have any questions for us before we let you guys go?
Senior Ministries, David. Hey.
All right. Thank you guys very much for joining us today. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to see what's going on in the HMIS department. So keep an eye out for more information about the code migration. We are really looking forward to this on Saturday, and we will be here working diligently to make sure everything goes smoothly. But other than that, hopefully when we get here Monday morning, everything will be amazing and incredible, and you will love it as much as we do. Other than that,